Despite strict Israeli restrictions, 120,000 worshippers performed the Eid al-Fitr prayer yesterday at Al-Aqsa Mosque. Israeli forces set up iron barriers around the Old City, its gates and the streets and entrances of Jerusalem. Occupation forces were heavily deployed around the Old City and Al-Aqsa Mosque, imposing restrictions on the movement of worshippers at the mosque's gates. After the Eid prayer, large crowds from Jerusalem and the occupied Palestinian territories gathered in the mosque's courtyards, reciting Eid takbirs in the streets of the city, the Old City, and inside the mosque. Palestinian media reported heavy gunfire from Israeli occupation tanks targeting areas northeast of Al Burij refugee camp in central Gaza. According to reports, the shelling was accompanied by intensive flights of warplanes and reconnaissance drones over the area, amid escalating tensions on the ground. The United Nations Special Rapporteur on the Right to Food, Michael Fakhri, has accused Israel of using food as a weapon in Gaza, warning that such policies are contributing to the deaths of thousands of children. Fakhri called for accountability and sanctions against Israel, stating that its actions amount to what he described as genocide. He also criticized the continued support of Israel by the United States and Germany in the midst of the ongoing humanitarian crisis. The Israeli army has ordered the evacuation of the entire city of Rafah in southern Gaza. The directive comes after Israel ended the ceasefire and resumed aerial and ground operations against Hamas earlier this month. Israeli army spokesperson Avichai Adrai announced on X that all residents in Rafah, including neighborhoods such as Al-Nasr, Al-Shuka, and eastern and western regional areas, as well as Salem, Al-Manara, and Qizan al-Najjar, must evacuate immediately. He stated that the Israeli army is returning to intense combat to eliminate Hamas's capabilities in these areas. Thousands of Egyptians held solidarity rallies across several governorates following Eid al-Fitr prayers, voicing strong opposition to any attempts to forcibly displace Palestinians from their land. The demonstrations also express support for President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi's recent decisions and firm stance on the Palestinian cause, reaffirming Egypt's rejection of displacement plans and commitment to a just solution. Rescue teams in Gaza have recovered the bodies of 15 aid workers who went missing after coming under heavy fire. The United Nations Office for the Coordination of Humanitarian Affairs confirmed that. Video released by OCHA showed members of the Palestine Red Crescent Society and Palestinian Civil Defense excavating a mass grave in Tal al-Sultan in Gaza's Rafah Governorate. Among the victims were 8 Red Crescent workers, 6 civil defense personnel, and 1 UN staff member. The footage revealed the bodies buried near the wreckage of clearly marked emergency vehicles, including ambulances, a fire truck, and a UN-labeled car. The recovery ends a week-long search for the missing crew members. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu appeared at the Tel Aviv District Court to testify in his ongoing corruption trial. The 2019 indictment accuses Netanyahu of accepting lavish gifts from associates and allegedly offering regulatory favors to media executives in exchange for favorable coverage. His court appearance follows repeated attempts to delay testimony, citing Israel's unstable security situation amid renewed fighting in Gaza. Netanyahu has denied all allegations and pleaded not guilty.